If public privilege stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's pray. Father God, we love you so much, and we are so thankful that we get to come before you, Father, and to bow before you and call you God. Father, we thank you, the Almighty God, that you are, and how big and powerful and strong and wonderful and awesome you are. We're so small, but you love us. We thank you for that, Father. We thank you for tonight and what this means to our district, Father. We thank you that we have the opportunity to come before these group of people and to do the district's work. I pray that you give us wisdom and understanding. I pray that you be over this district, that you bless it, that you be at the administrators, the teachers, the staffs, the students, everybody involved that are around these kiddos, Father God. I lift them up and lay them at your feet and pray your blessings upon them. Father, as we go through this month and this time of year, Lord, help us to always remember that we're blessed, blessed beyond measure, Lord. We thank you for the greatest blessing of all, and that's your son, Jesus. In his name we pray. Amen. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. Everybody here, you got it? Okay. All right, now is our time for open forum. We invite you to speak, but as normal, we cannot provide feedback or answer any questions, but we always are welcome. So
We have nobody wants to speak. Do we have a special guest? Can we have a stand? This is community development. And he's here now with that. We go over there. I think there's like a last scout, a couple of bears away from being an Eagle Scout. So the tenants will help him get some electric. So. That's cool.
well, welcome. Welcome.
That's really cool.
Also, tonight, just, kind of need to say happy birthday to Miss Salmon.
Oh, yeah.
Today's her birthday.
I saw the video.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Had a good day. It's been fun.
Okay, now we're moving to approval of the previous minutes. Did everybody get to look at them? Are there any objections? Okay, we'll approve them as is. Okay, monthly financial report.
There we go. I've had a chance to look over the bills, so a few things to point out. I was gonna start, if anybody had any questions after I've looked over those. So just a few things to point out. We did have, DCOA is very supportive of our CTE program and everything we're doing. So there was a purchase for Bobcat of Abilene, and that was for a forklift for our art department, and we agreed to pay for 50% of that. So
That's awesome.
yeah, really great things they're doing for us. Then our education service center was a little over 23,000. Our normal contracted services is a little around 17,500. So, or 17,500. So you'll see that regularly for our annual contracted services. And then of course we usually have some kind of bus training and that. Our Amazon purchase is a little higher. It actually is double, just due to timing when the prior month got paid or when it finally processed in the other, and then actual October purchases. And moving on over to our Intune, we did, our band has purchased a tuba and then a large battery supply for their percussion, which was a big bulk of that larger purchase for them outside of the normal supplies they get. Our payroll for October was a little over 3.4 million. About on average, and will be around that each month going forward. And the last thing I wanted to point out was on page 16, our West Central Texas workforce, the $56,000 purchase. That is for the Root Ed Alliance. We have with them. Dragon's talked about it with you guys before, but it really helps the counselors and what this person's able to come in and do with the students and make sure everything's in place for them. They're, I think, a lot of seniors and things like that. So we really think that's a great benefit to the high school and everything going on with our students there. So that's an annual fee for them. Okay. No questions?
And that's really first time we paid that salary in full. They granted us over a three-year stretch where they
Have been paying.
took
Yes.
most of that on, and we've taken a little more on each year. Now, we're fully paying that.
I have a really quick question. And there it is. Okay, never mind. Yes, I saw Texoma only once on there and it didn't match the track, and I was like, and I know this is new,
Oh, yeah.
so that's why, but I see the second one.
Oh, okay. Okay, our cash balance and remember, this is now, gonna be as of September 30. So our checks were October current, these, our actual financial reports as of September 30. So on that, at the end of September, our cash balance was a little over 22 million. And our Lone Star investment pool, like if y'all remember, we have moved a lot of that into our First Financial money market accounts that they're matching what Lone Star was doing. So as far as interest rate, now that has dropped. Last month or in August, it was 4.31. We have seen that drop to 4.25, but First Financial has been able to still continue to match that. And again, they're watching it and letting us know, okay, we can't do that anymore, and move back to Lone Star. So the bulk of our funds that are typically in Lone Star, we have sitting in First Financial now for the time being. So, any questions on cash? Okay. Moving on to our bond statement of activity. The main thing I wanted to point out was we did get our new rebatable arbitrage amount as of 8/31/25. That is now 894,000, which was about a $540,000 increase. But now, I mean, like we just saw, those interest rates are starting to drop, and again, that's going to kind of fluctuate, and we could kind of start eating into some of that. So depending on how it continues to go, so it kind of can fluctuate again. But the only other thing is, of course, this month or in October, these are October purchases or payments. It was one of our largest payouts, a little over 7.4 million for October. We are starting to make some payments towards the high school renovations. So we pay everything through pay apps, and they've added the third pay app for the high school renovation. So we're starting to see those payments. So I have a feeling everything's really, we'll see probably larger payments like this going out. So,
Cool.
Any questions on bond? Expense report as of September 30th. Our expenses are a little under where we were last year. We were at 9.81% in the current year compared to 10% prior year. Everything is still looking good. Some of those that are a higher percentage overall is typically ones that we have large payments coming out of. They're just bulk payments that we pay either semi-annually or something like that. So everything looks to be on track of where we were and what our goal is with our budget on that. Revenue as of September 30th, thankfully it's going the other way, and we are higher. We're up from where we were prior year, 14% compared to 10.88% in prior year. So that's going well. Just as a reminder, I know this is as of September 30th, but we received a payment from TEA in October. We'll receive one more percentage of our foundation school payment in November, and then that goes away and we start receiving our tax revenue. That fills in until April. So kind of they switch off as tax payments start coming in. So any questions on revenue? Okay.
So, thank you, Cassie.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion, we pay the bills.
A second. On. You can pick. All in favor? Okay. Considering the resolution to cast vote for the Central Appraisal District.
Yes, as you'll remember, last month, we nominated Cecil Davis to serve on the Central Appraisal District Board of Directors. And this month, we get to cast our ballots. We have 642 votes that we can cast any way we like, and we recommend that 642 go towards Cecil Davis as Heath represents Wylie ISD.
I make a motion that the board casts 642 votes for Cecil Davis to serve on the board of the Central Appraisal District of Taylor County. Second. All in favor? Okay. Consider approval for library material.
Mr. Hagler. And Jennifer Greeno is here. She's our librarian. So appreciate you coming, Jennifer.
This is our second request for approval of library books, repeating what we discussed at the last board meeting. Ms. Green and her staff have submitted a new and separate list of 1,120 books they are requesting for us to purchase. We provide y'all with a link last week, so you can see the books' titles. We've also posted the list on our website for 30 days. That meets the requirements of Senate Bill 13. The books listed that we gave you enrich and support teens, encourage and joy in reading while fostering high level thinking. Do you have any questions on our?
I did have a question, just asked you about what this looked like next month, and
We have no list for next month. I believe we're looking at later in the sentence, and that's your next list for approval.
so this will be the last time for a while before we bring this to y'all again.
Played around with the website. It looks really good. It's easy to navigate. So appreciate Mike and y'all putting work into that.
I will tell you this, they worked really hard at getting the library books on there on the website and the teacher class libraries on there. It's a lot of work went into that, and we appreciate what y'all did on that.
Easy to manage. Good job.
We do need approval.
Recommend approval of library materials? Or do we need to
Just put, maybe just say as,
address? Right?
yeah,
Second.
all in favor?
Hi.
Moving on to considering approval for national fitness campaigns,
Several
fitness court.
Yes, fitness court, thank you. Several months ago, we had the National Fitness Campaign group come to us and say, if y'all would like to apply for a grant, Blue Cross Blue Shield would fund a little less than half of the fitness court, and this court has quite a few stations. Their chinning bar, a lot of things that you can do with your own weight as you're strengthening opposition almost. And so this is a great complement to our PE classes. Also, it'll be able to be used by our athletics as well as they'd like to, and then the community as well. I think it'd be, again, a good complement to what we've got in place. Our thoughts are, not saying we can't adjust this, but right now the thoughts are in the area of the right field baseball home run hole. It's between the fence and the runways for the long, high jump, pole vault and triple jump over in that area. And it's about a 38 by 38 foot pad. We would actually do the concrete work. We're still in negotiation about the install. I think we're probably gonna do the install as well. You see on your, at your seat, the proposed graphics that will be on that sport court. And I really think it will be a good addition to what we've already got in place. So I would like to see us do that. Y'all saw it.
Is if any of it gets damaged or broken, is that covered by them, or is that something we're gonna have
That
to
would be
incur?
on us.
Okay.
And we actually, thank you for mentioning that. The not in exactly the same vein, but, you know, right now, the turf field, which is gonna be 30 yards from this or 40, now it's not inside a fence. If you're beyond the parking lot gate, or if you come in back by the tennis courts area, there's access to that. And we are continuing to look at how we want to secure the turf field, especially on the weekends when we don't have anybody up here. And so as Miller and I were talking about that earlier, you know, there's gonna be a balance between community use and keeping it secure, so there's no damage done to it. We haven't worked out all the details on that, but I do think we're gonna be looking at securing that field and all the other, areas that we've got over there, so. I talked to them, the folks at the National Fitness Campaign, and they said they've got a lot of ways to help us with that, so we'll do that.
When would you like to have this done?
If we approve it, we'll probably be working on that as soon as it fits into our schedule. The approval process, it just has to be done now before the end of December. And once we approve it, then we will be able to proceed this spring.
Is there a time frame that you have to, I'm sorry,
No, go ahead.
is there a time frame that you have to use the money, like,
Yes, and it would be by the end of the summer.
oh, okay.
And 85,000 only covers half of it.
That's about half, that's right.
But we
And it
don't know
depends.
what cost.
Well, some of it's done on us. That's why I say if we do the concrete, it's a little less. If we do the install, and we've looked at the specs, we feel like we can do everything. It's gonna save us quite a bit. But I don't have an exact figure on how much it will cost us. I did ask what concrete work is going at, and they said for us, it's under $10 a square foot. And their price that they were counting was about 10,000 more than that. So we're gonna be real close, I think, to half.
Where would this come out of?
It'd be from construction or bond
Bond money? Okay.
improvement of facilities.
That's good. I mean, we've gotten not a lot, but occasionally I'll get a message or two from the community. Obviously wanting to use the doghouse again. I know we don't do that anymore, but that could be a supplement to that.
Sure is. Yeah, that was a great thing that we did for approximately 25 years, 24. And it's just hard to man. It is really hard to man, so.
Any other questions?
You fancy on board?
He is. He's at a memorial service in Dallas today.
I'm all right with it.
Okay,
I'm just gonna read it.
okay, good.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Because otherwise.
It's written.
Accept the 85,000 Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas National Fitness Campaign Healthy School Grant and approve the partnership with the National Fitness Campaign and installation of an outdoor fitness court at Wylie High School.
Second.
All in favor? Local policy update.
I think everybody has been looking forward to this. Mr. Vaughn.
When you got your package, you said, man, I can't wait to get that. I don't get that. There we go.
I tried to get him to share it with me in the sponsor.
It's that one open Christmas present or?
Hold your suspense.
He's been looking forward for this for like 2-3 months.
That's true.
Well, okay, the time has come to get to do this. I will say that this is the largest update and has the history. The packet was the total packet, 1,398 pages. So there's a possibility I may not know some of the answers to your questions because I haven't read all of those pages, but I'll do my best. The commissioner and TEA have said, we understand this is intensive and lengthy and we'll be patient. It may take you some time to get all this implemented. So that's where we're at. Of course, you got the explanatory notes, which are 21 pages. Basically, I've tried to summarize that into a little simpler terms. My summary took 5 pages. So we'll go over that, real quickly. Several of these things we've already been doing and implemented seamlessly, so it's no big deal. And then there are a few nuggets that changes some things for us. So getting right into it, double A start the clock. We'll see if I can do 5 minutes. I don't think I can make it, but we'll give it a shot. All right, first thing in BE board meetings, must meet outside of typical work hours. Notice change from 72 hours to 3 business days. So that impacts a little bit of when we have to get stuff prepared. Voting must be a record vote. Deadline submitting items for the board agenda is the 10th calendar day prior to meeting. So those are some of the details as far as board meetings. Also, BED, public comment shall occur at the beginning of board meetings. CG contracted services, there's a couple places where DEI comes into play. This policy prohibits DEI practices for contractors, and violation of this policy should result in the termination of the contract. The contractors do have the opportunity to appeal this decision. You guys can stop me anytime that you want to on this, otherwise I'm just going to keep rolling. CGA background checks and required reporting. This is just a heading change. It used to, instead of background checks and required reporting, used to say criminal history. CLE, another just wording change. Instead of required displays right there, it used to say flag. Now it says required. Cybersecurity, CQB. Changes include details and required notification in the event of a cybersecurity incident. And now they have the Texas Cyber Command is in charge of training. On to page 2, CQD. This is a new policy regarding artificial intelligence. The board designates the superintendent the authority to establish training with regards to AI. We have some AI training coming up January 5th on our first day back from the holidays where we get the kids. This policy also establishes appropriate use of AI within the district. Looking at CSA, safety and security, this one threw me. I had to do a little research on what exactly. I have never used the term private space for this, so that threw me a little bit. Superintendent is required to designate private spaces in accordance with the law. The legal policy, and most of our local policy comes because there's a legal policy, and we're required to make a local policy to fit the legal policy. So it just basically private spaces. That's restrooms and dressing rooms, and any multi-use private space must be designated for one sex. So that's not a problem for us. Kind of amazing that we have to have a policy for that now, but we now have that in place. CV, facilities construction. The threshold for bids went from 50,000 to 100,000. What they wanted to change is, rather than keeping up with a specific number, just said instead of a dollar figure is replaced with the competitive purchasing threshold. So whenever that changes in the future, the wording's already there. Conflict of interest. This DBD, administrators are required to seek board approval in order to receive financial benefit for providing personal services. A superintendent or assistant superintendent may not receive a financial benefit for personal services. Last summer at the service center, I taught a day for the aspiring assistant superintendents, the HR portion of that piece. I received a little compensation. I guess that's out the window now. Business policy. Okay.
And everybody benefits from that, Mr. Vaughn.
Yes.
I gotta say.
Actually, I didn't know I was gonna get paid for doing that anyway, so it was a nice bonus that I got one time. Now I know it's volunteer.
Yeah.
Let's see, leaves and absences, statement is added regarding calculation of daily rate of pay. That never seemed to be a real hard calculation to me, but I guess some folks somewhere in the state had a hard time, so it's how daily rate of pay should be calculated. Employee may choose not to use, paid leave concurrently with FMLA, relating to pregnancy or adoption, so they don't have to use their leave if they choose not to. A non-renewal, 2 reasons for non-renewal were added to this policy. Reason 1 is engaging in DEI practices or instruction. And reason 2 is engaging in instructional activities prohibited by law. Example might be encouraging transitioning types stuff. I think is part of the intent for that. DGBA, employee complaints and grievances, significant wording changes in the grievance process, still strongly supporting informal resolution. There are some timeline changes there that we'll have to follow in the future. Employee standards of conduct prohibits classroom instruction or activities that are prohibited by law. It's kind of a repeat of an earlier one. Prohibits DEI activities, prohibits assistance with social transitioning. Okay, EEP, this is one that kind of slipped up on me, but I was talking to Double A back there. He's well aware of it, and we're doing it. So that's good to know. New code that requires teachers to provide their instructional plan for each course to district administration for the plan to be available for review by parents. So I understand that we're doing this. EFA, instructional materials, the superintendent shall establish administrative regulations for parent review of instructional materials. Next policy, the video audio monitoring. It used to say, let's see, where's the wording changed? Instead of self-contained, it now says special education. So that could potentially include a resource classroom and not just the functional academics classroom. Grading progress reports to parents. Each year, the district shall provide at least 2 opportunities for in-person conferences with parents and the student's teacher. Also, use of AI is added in this section as a potential for academic dishonesty. FA, the district must establish a parent portal for submission of comments to the administration or board. That is actually on our website under the Parents' Rights tab is where that's located. Attendance release time establishes local guidance regarding students taking a release time course in religious instruction. Medical treatment, this used to have doctor, healthcare provider had to approve this before we could distribute any kind of medicine. Now it just says in accordance with legal requirements. Crisis intervention provisions requiring immediate notification to teachers if there's a threat. That's been added. Student safety, service provider is added to district employee regarding alleged misconduct. We have people that come on, say from West Texas Rehab, various places that are our service providers. They are also subject to disciplinary action if there's potential misconduct. Reporting timeline changes from 48 hours to 24 hours on FFG. FNG revisions include changes in timelines, hearing, and significant wording changes. District must also ensure that policy and forms are easily accessible on the district website. FO, student discipline. The district must post signs indicating when video and audio monitoring is in use. Public complaints, guidance and timelines have been added for filing public complaints. And then GKA, conduct on school premises. This is just a little detail. Weapons exception is extended to those with a handgun license in accordance with state law. It's not limited to a Texas license. If you have a New Mexico handgun license, you're good there, or another state. DOI exceptions are no longer permitted for anything involving chapter 37, so they eliminate. The DOI was a thing, not so much in this area, but DOI is one of the things that we really enjoyed, particularly when it came to hiring staff practices that gave us some more flexibility. I'll say the screws are being tightened on that. We're losing some of that flexibility. So that's one that down the road is probably going to impact us some, trying to meet those new expectations. That's time, double eight.
Somebody gave me 5 minutes because
It was so interesting, it felt really quickly. All right,
The parent portal deal, how is that meant to be utilized?
we've talked about that. You wanna?
That's a good question. You know, the way it looks is it has a little line item for each campus to be addressed. I'm gonna assume, have you guys had a notification from the parent portal yet? I would say it's fairly new, and so it hasn't been utilized yet. I'm gonna assume that when somebody hits that, it will automatically, an email will go to that campus principal. Hey, this question has come up.
I think what you're talking about, it also talks about the board members.
Sure, I'm just saying, is that something that we could use to, you know, if we have so many emails coming to us, we can push them towards that to submit a comment or whatever, is that?
I don't know exactly, Mike, where you are on that one.
We can have it set up that way.
I don't care either way, I was thinking, you know, if that's a tool and an option, how do we want to utilize that? If
I don't know.
What's the difference in that versus because our emails have to be posted,
Sure.
right? I mean, what's the,
Yeah,
I think it's maybe a ease of finding it and of maybe a one click.
Avenue.
Yeah.
helps to track it better, I'm sure too, those comments, I don't know.
I don't know that we've got, this is one of those that we're
Yeah.
still trying to.
That one, the one that concerns me a little bit is grievance forms being posted on the website, which I don't think we have that right now. You know, informal resolution is what we always see. So when a parent potentially calls, possibly concerned about a teacher, they're going to call that principal. I want to file a grievance because of such and such. Well, that's the first opportunity for that principal to reach informal resolution. Say, well, can you tell me what the issue is? But if they already have the forms on the website ready to fill out and go, that kind of eliminates that
Kind of
chance.
circumvents.
Sure.
Yeah, and so I'm not crazy about the requirement to put the forms on the website.
But we're going to.
But we're going to.
Yeah.
Because the legal portion of that policy says that we have to. So we'll comply.
I guess in the back of my head, I'm just looking at it as a way to allow things that do come straight to us, give you all the option to see it, you know,
Right.
that's kind of.
Well, and we would, I think, you know, that's kind of been our practice is that we want the lowest level
Right.
to be able to address the concern. And so, you know, if someone has a complaint about a teacher or anyone, that they would first seek out that person that they have a complaint against.
Right.
And talk to them about it and see if they can resolve that complaint at that point. So I think regardless of how the communication is made, that will be the end result, is that we would try to ensure that that informal process takes place.
I think that's what you were saying. It would go to them first on that tab. It wouldn't go to
It
us.
would-
Yeah,
That's the way
it's
set
designed
up.
to go to them
Is,
first. Yeah. So we
is there,
wouldn't get
is
it.
there a board-specific tab, Mike? Do you
I don't have a board specific tab.
think?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think it's set up to go
to them.
to each campus.
Is that what you were asking?
No, we could talk about it another time.
Yeah.
These are two totally different policies. The grievances, I'm not talking about the grievance stuff. I'm talking about like the actual parent portal for submission of comments.
Right.
It doesn't really
Questions,
specify what
comment.
kind of comments. It just says comments in general. That's what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I believe accessibility, I believe
Absolutely.
is the ultimate intent. I think via the emails. I feel like the community feels like you guys are pretty accessible. That's just an added avenue.
Sure.
All right, any other questions?
Thank you,
All
Mr.
right,
Long.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Vaughn.
Yeah, get approval. I would say as presented.
Yes.
No, it's done.
Take a motion for the approval of local policy 1.6, affecting local policies as presented. So,
All in favor? All right, consider approval of an elevator contract.
Yes, so Jenna is here tonight, but I don't expect her to have to discuss this. Nathan and I worked hard on making sure we got an alternate elevator contractor bid out. And you see on the tab sheet, I mean, the letter talks about what our recommendation is. But you see on the tab sheet, which is page 60, the folks that made proposals. And we are going to recommend that the low proposal, which was Otis Elevator, be awarded that. You know, one of the things that I'm always concerned about is service. And in Abilene, there's just not a lot of options, but we were informed that they have service here and we can also have access to local folks to come. I don't know if you had anything to add, Jenna, but we've got a good relationship with Fred at United Elevators, and I have had several conversations with him, and he did assure me that he would continue to have elevators if we have any problems.
as long as it's faster than the press box.
That is yes, you're right. It's hydraulic elevator.
Maybe we get them to, give you a little turbo.
Yeah.
Or use those.
Why are you taking the elevator anyway?
Because I'm lazy.
It's heavy.
I know.
Drag them out.
Make a motion, we approve the elevator contractor with Otis Elevator Company in the amount of $114,490.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Alright.
Okay. Items of information.
Elementary principals, yeah. Aaron, y'all had a handouts.
Wylie East Elementary, we have 743 students and our attendance is looking pretty good. Still continuing with our, Strive for 5 or fewer absences, Strive for 5 campaign. And we're hitting about 96%, a little bit over, which is really good. We're kind of doing a push in November as well. We're doing an opportunity for a grade level with the highest percentage attendance in November to have the opportunity to pie the principals. So if they are a kiddo that doesn't miss any days in November, then they get to be in the drawing to actually do the pieing, and then the rest of the class gets to watch. So I think it'll be fun. So we're hoping we have a good November attendance rate as well. We are continuing with our, we'll have middle of the year, assessments coming up. And with our M-Class and our STAR, and then, we're doing Bulldog tutorial periods, and those have been well attended for first, second, and third grades. We have, IXL, thank you so much for letting us purchase that. I know we have the grant for the math, but the reading was purchased by the district and our teachers are loving it. Seeing a lot of diagnostics and showing growth through that program, so we appreciate that. Our emerging bilingual students have been working on Lexia English, which will help them perform well in the TILPAS coming up in the spring. And then Ms. Hernandez has been offering twice a week after school kind of a power hour for any teachers who want to have some additional professional development on high yield instructional strategies like small group instruction and making the most of station work and that kind of thing. So teachers can sign up. It's totally optional. It's just had a pretty good response, and that's been going really well. So I'm thankful for her willingness to do that and kind of head that up. Continuing with our Acts of Kindness Club, and you can see the numbers. So we're doing really well with that. It's really fun. The kids get excited when their names are on the announcements. And we had our open house and book fair. That was huge. Our PTO kind of piggybacked on that, and we did a little teacher auction for them as a fundraiser and a tattoo the teacher. So teachers who wanted to could put little baggies out, and families paid $1 a tattoo, and however many tattoos you got in your baggie had to be displayed on. I think we did it on a Friday, and we took a big picture, so it was a lot of fun. We've had field trips going on. Our first group went to the planetarium today, and we had not been to the planetarium in some time because it closed for a while, and then we were looking at other things that we were doing, and they came back just like, wow, that was amazing. So I think that's going to be a second grade thing moving forward for sure. We had our largest fundraiser to date with our coops, and so that was really fun. We're hoping to use that money to maybe replace the rocks in our kindergarten, the pea gravel. That's the foundation for our kindergarten playground. We've had some kiddos wanting to eat those rocks, and so that has not gone well. So we are wanting to just kind of replace that with kind of a safer, cleaner surface. So Mr. Light is helping me with that. But we did a food drive with the government shutdown. We wanted to provide some food for our families, and our community and schools advocate Rita Gonzalez kind of spearheaded that, and we had a huge response with outpouring of food for those families. And then Friday after school, we did kind of a drive-through. They could pick up bags. And so that was really fun. And then we still have a ton of food left over, so we're going to offer that again. If the government opens back up, then we'll just donate that to a food bank. But we're thankful for the generosity of our families. We also did a campus-wide mystery the week of Halloween, and it's something that I kind of had in my back pocket for the last 3 years, but I didn't really have the right person to help me facilitate it. And Ms. Hernandez was amazing. She made me a spreadsheet. She organized it all. She got all hired our culprit, and the kids looked for clues, and it was just kind of ran in the background, didn't interrupt instruction, but it was just a culture building thing, and the kids were super excited. We had, kind of a radio show on the announcements, a 40s radio show. So it was a lot of fun. We had a great time doing that. Made the most of that week. And during that week too, our functional academic students trick-or-treated around campus and practiced their communication skills. So fun, and it was so fun to see which teachers wanted to participate and have them come visit. So that was really neat. And then Red Ribbon Week was fantastic. We did all the Red Ribbon Week things. We did another PTO fundraiser. We did Touch a Truck on Thursday, and that was a huge turnout. Kids had a great time being here for that. PTO does a great job facilitating that. We're doing a Trot the Turkey for kindness with our staff. We have this little stuffed turkey, a little journal, and you sign a note to someone, pass the stuffed turkey to them, and they sign a note to someone else. And hoping it'll make it. We have almost 100 staff members, but we're hoping it'll make it all the way around campus before the Thanksgiving. And then we have our Veterans Day breakfast tomorrow. We're excited about that, and we have our music programs with our grades are coming up, and they are patriotic Veterans Day themed. So they're going to perform a little preview to that tomorrow at our breakfast. So we're excited about that. And our UIL meet is coming up. We have 60 contestants because we were able to contribute more, have more kids on the team. So I'm very excited that so many get to participate. We're continuing with our, this is our third year to do the Balloons Over Broadway parade, which is our first graders get to create a balloon after reading the book Balloons Over Broadway, which is about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And we're doing our Toys for Tots drive. Oliver and Otis came into the pop-up shop for our staff today to get a little Christmas shopping going, so that was fun. They loved that. Safety, continuing drills. Our Spike Squad is going great. The kids are amazing, facilitating safety and warmth and kindness for our younger students. We're doing the safety lessons and the guidance lessons. Our theme this year is making our mark. And I just want to highlight a couple of staff members that have done that. Miss Garcia, Jordan Garcia, we had a teacher that out for a whole week at the beginning of the school year, and she was just really worried about those kiddos that weren't getting instruction from their teacher, and she pulled them into her classroom. There was 40 kids, on the carpet, on her desk, and she was doing saxophonics with them and reading, so I just really appreciated her efforts with that. And then also, I've already made mention of Rita Gonzalez, our Communities and Schools advocate. She's really facilitated that food drive, and she's instrumental in organizing our red ribbon, and she's just been fabulous. She also was the culprit in our mystery. She was the one that we had to find out her identity, so that was really fun. But we're having a great time, staying busy. Do y'all have questions?
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, well, as you can see, we have 672 students. And here's some of the events we've done previously. We had the Hendrick Health Community Service Bike Build, and that's Donna Neves and Cameron Knoll really headed that up. And it was a really special event where they chose students that showed leadership skills, and they were the ones that got to go build a bike, and then they got to keep it. So that was a neat activity. Then we had our book character dress up day and parade, and all the kids dressed up, and most importantly, my Chihuahua Ruby got to the parade, and she's done that since she was born for 5 years. So she's very confident. And she pulls that the leash all the way through. Anyway, so she was there, and everyone was. Yeah, we were all minions, and she has a minion outfit. So anyway, it was really special. The kids, they all know Ruby, so they were very excited. Since kindergarten hadn't met her yet, so that was a special event. Then we had a voting event that was really for second grade. They were just teaching the kids what it's like to vote. So they had like a little driver's license with their face on it, and then they had to go up and prove it. And then they got a ballot, and then they got to go vote. So they were choosing between a snack of popcorn or pretzels. Anyway, but they actually really made it seem like a real voting booth and everything. So they had a good time. And the popcorn did. And then this coming Tuesday, tomorrow, we have our Veterans Program, which really is a very heartfelt, warming. I mean, you feel good when you leave. It's very inspirational. So I did give you a little invite there. So if you can come, it's at 9:30 at the PAC. Let's see, we've got our Thanksgiving feast coming up after that. And in December, we pretty much just do some Christmas movies and parties. I didn't mention anything academically, but we are having a lot of fun. But we are actually really working hard. So just so you know, I know Karen thinks she was on it about the academics. I forgot to mention anything. Sorry, but we are working. Okay. Also,
Assume that. Karen covered it for you.
Yeah, she's okay. We do have our food drive also coming this coming week, and we've already got our sacks ready to be passing those out. And I know, Miller, you're probably wondering about our roof. And it will be finished. Supposedly, we're supposed to have the last bit of the tar. That's coming on on Thanksgiving break. So
I was like, Christmas break.
Thanksgiving we should be done.
Okay.
6 months behind.
Y'all have any questions? All right.
Thank you, Ms. Bessie.
The volleyball team started this smoke.
Coming on up.
For early childhood, you'll see our enrollment up there, and we did get, we're gonna get 2 new students this week in the early childhood, to add to that number there, 22, so it'll be 24. But in mid-October, we had young audiences come and perform, and it was actually a lady, she teaches about Africa, so it was very fun for the kids. Last year, she did Sounds of Africa, and so she came back this year and did African folk tales, and she uses the animals of Africa, so the kids are really they love it. Then we had open house on the 21st, and we had a great turnout. October 24th, we took a field trip to the zoo, and it was great because it was Boo at the zoo during that time, and so there was lots of fun in the new areas, and then also lots of really good picture opportunities for the in front of pumpkins and things, and so we'll be posting some of those. Then we had Red Ribbon Week, of course, that last week of October, and we really, at our level, just stress healthy choices. You know, going to bed early, drinking water, eating good food, that kind of thing, instead of the other. And we had some dress up days, the last day of Red Ribbon Week, we had Storybook Character Dress Up Day, and we had a parade. And so the kids really get into it. They bring their book, and so it's lots of fun, just like it is at the other campuses. Today, we started our Toys for Tots collection drive, and we're going to do that for 2 weeks. And then, of course, tomorrow's Veterans Day, and we do have our Veterans Day, or our Veterans Wall of Honor up in the cafeteria, where we, all military branches of friends and family of staff and students, and they just put a picture and tell a little bit about their friend or family member. And so on Wednesday, we're going to have uniformed military staff on campus to greet students and parents. And so last year they were all parents. And so they come, and after we get finished about 8 o'clock, then we'll go take a picture in front of the Wall of Honor. And we really appreciate them coming to do that. Okay, November 20th, we're going to have our classroom Thanksgiving feast. And so the kids are going to have apple juice and lunch meat, pie, bugles. You know, you've got to have bugles if you've got a Thanksgiving feast. And apple slices and craisins. So they love that, and they make their little placemats and things like that. So we are now on our 3rd pillar of character counts. We've done trustworthiness, respectful, and now we're on responsibility. And so we just call the names of students over the speaker and make sure that we acknowledge them if they are caught, you know, showing any of the pillars that we've taught so far, and then we put their picture on the board. So anyway, okay. Any questions?
Great job to you and your staff for last week's unexpected fire drill, I guess.
Sweet. It was kind of unexpected, and we got them out, and it was kind of fun because Mr. Light, you know, he didn't expect it, but we put a lot of the Pub Academy right in there in the admin. Because they were running everywhere, and it was scary. And so we just put them right in there, and of course they then ushered them to the gym. I didn't think about going to the gym. I just wanted the nearest building. So anyway, but yeah, it was a good thing that it was not as serious as it could have been. So anyway,
They did a good job.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, piggyback on that too. Right after that happened, we have a couple of staff, of course, all staff members, kids there. I mean, it wasn't long, we heard it on the radio, and she was already calling the moms and letting us know that the kids are okay. So, I mean, that was quick. It was real quick, a quick conversation. Mr. Moore, we're okay. Okay. Yeah. She did a great job. We appreciate her. Great job. Hey, we're rolling along at Wylie West Intermediate. You can see our numbers. 4th grade is just a little bit bigger than 3rd grade. Attendance is very good. 96.46 for 3rd, 97.35. There's been some sickness, but we're proud of our attendance. We'll keep rocking there.
You see our RISE program numbers, we went from 3 to 2 in our RISE program. I can't say enough about that team. Again, Mr. Lott and Mr. Vaughn putting that team together. They are very good at what they do. See a couple of other employee family changes. Just some big things I'm just gonna hit real quick. Our PALs, man, that's Red Ribbon Week, you know, PALs come there. I think that kind of started, I think, at the West Intermediate several years ago. And now I think they go to 3 different campuses. And the kids love it. And, you know, give Bessie, give, the baby's gotta live. The tradition still lives on. We're doing picture retakes tomorrow. Our 4th graders did a field trip to the Nickel. That's a 2-day deal. Half of them go. Toys for Tots. We put our box out a little bit early, and our counselors have a contest. We put, if they bring a toy, there's 2 different color snowflakes. We put them on the window. We have a 4th grade versus 3rd grade contest. And we did it last year. The winner gets a hot chocolate party with me. And we put that box out maybe Thursday to kind of get the thing rolling today. It's full. It's full on the first day. So we're putting some more boxes out. And so we're going to have some fun with some hot chocolate. So that's a great thing. Our kiddos enjoy that. Second 6 weeks, we had a little goal for reading, and we had 375 students meet their individual, that met their individual AR goal. 102 students doubled their goals, so we had some rewards for that. Good stuff there. We have 3, is that right, Ms. Greeno? At this point, we're at 3 1 million word readers. I think that's right.
Wow.
We had about 70 last year at the end of the year, so we expect a lot more. This year, we gave them a shirt, 1 million word reader shirt. So got some pictures posted with that, so pretty cool. Our UIL riders already competed, and as people have mentioned, the UIL meet is November 17th, so a week from today. I want to thank Mr. Amonette and their team for hosting us, and Ms. Jason Ruff over there at the junior high. She's amazing at what she does, and we appreciate her time to get that meet underway. Veterans, so we started doing the ice cream social because a lot of people are doing breakfast, so we wanted to make it to where veterans could enjoy one pretty cool event, I guess, over at the PAC with Elisa's campus and some other things. So we're doing one in the afternoon. So if you have kiddos, the same thing. I know some of it went, so 1 o'clock tomorrow. If you'd like to come enjoy some ice cream with 3rd and 4th graders, come on. We have a lot of ice cream, so we would love to see you there for an ice cream social with our veterans, and also the wall of honor for that. So lots of things coming up. Some class Christmas parties. Those are always a lot of fun. Book fair in February and family night for teachers. We're doing our T-test or TIA. We've talked a lot about that. We're right in the middle of that. One of the things that we did was one of the days that we had an instructional day. I met with the teachers individually, and we discussed their growth from last year, and then kind of compared some of the things. So that's the big thing. Yes, we have appraisals for all of our star teachers, which are most of our teachers on our campus, and that's nice, and it's really cool to get in there and see everything. But they gotta have growth. That's the big thing. Each kid, wherever they are, needs to grow. And that's something that we're doing a lot of data with our teachers to make sure that we're all on the same page. And that's after every post-conference, we talk, and that's what we say is, you gotta keep that. And we're seeing growth already. We're able to see some of those things already. Kind of jumping around a little bit. We've had lots of fun eating things, it looks like, with our faculty. The soup potluck. We're doing things, we're gonna provide pot pies and dessert pies for them for Thanksgiving. And then our staff Christmas party, I think, is at the Mill. And so have a good time there. We've kind of gone some different local places each year. And then testing, as you can see, the middle of the year, we had some teachers build that test with other teachers throughout the district. And that's coming soon. And then we're also going to have a field test in February. Lots of fun things at Wylie West Intermediate. We try to put some educational things in. Any questions?
Thank you.
Closing it out. All right, good evening. Okay, we'll close it out with Wylie East Intermediate. A couple of things going on that are not on the sheet here. It seems like this is 2 years in a row, we've got things going on as far as our door audit safety. And so we were randomly selected to go first, apparently. So a great job. They tried to come in the back door. Coach Mock notified us, and so we got on them pretty quickly. And no findings there, 100% compliance. So always proud of that. You know, that's our number one priority, is keeping our students safe. And so to be able to say that really does mean a lot. Also, in the little baggies there we had a little, if you have littles or have an elf, that would be some of assistance to you as you look in your bag. As that kind of gets going. I don't have littles anymore, or grandkids yet, so, but that would be assistance to you for about 24 days. That you'll maybe say get some time, or someone else that you know some time and having to do that. That's compliments of Wylie East Intermediate, so that was a thing we kind of did, kind of different, to kind of have that. Also, trunk or treat, kind of went well. We had our little drive-through trunk or treat, for, you know, on the Saturday from 4 to 6, so that was a good time. Had really good participation, with the community and the teachers and staff, and even, PTO jumped in there and dressed up as well, so it was good just to see everybody kind of get involved in that. Again, Mr. Thaxton comes out, kind of touches base on the financial literacy, so we always appreciate First Financial partnering with us on that. Going back to the enrollment, we did have one this week enroll, Bronx, New York. So coming in, AI, so we welcome them, but they're coming in, so going with the part 2 of the AI. So it's good visiting with them. So that's a 5th grader, so that number is actually at 190. Just a couple other little things we've got going on. I know everybody's talking about Thanksgiving and turkey, but at Wylie East Intermediate, this week we're going to be talking about goose. So I hope Mr. Wylie is ready. We're looking at maybe Friday, yeah, get out of school early for a teacher or a staff member that just kind of goes above and beyond. So we're looking at doing that again on Friday. Yeah, fun times there. Another little thing, as the Christmas season gets going, and I apparently do have my CDL and can drive a bus, so I thought I would just put it to use with the students when I get to drive a bus. So we're going to go ahead and try that with the staff, and then take them out and let them get on a purple dog and drive around and do some Christmas lights for a couple of nights. So something new that we're going to try. We kind of took a survey to kind of make sure we'd have enough, but I think we have enough for that. And then Little Dribblers is going to come over, start using our gym facilities, so that'll be hopping. You know, basketball season's right around the corner, and here we go. And then official invite if you want. Going, I don't know if it'll be a parade, since I was kind of in charge of putting that thing together, but it may be more like a circus. I don't know, but no, it's for a good cause. Veterans Day, like I said, looking forward to a good turnout there. I know there's so many things going on with the government, but the other little addition that we have is the Dice We Care team that's going to come up. I don't know what SSS means, but I'm going to learn tomorrow. But they're bringing out a tent, and actually during our music and PE times, the kids, while the parade's not going on, they're going to get out there, and the Dice We Care teams, they're going to get to see what it's like on an actual deployment, and how the living facilities are there, and what they eat, things like that, with meals ready to eat, which is MREs, what we used to call them. So just a nice military veteran parade. Like I said, we got a flyover 10:15. Gonna make a couple of loops around. Just be careful what you ask for in this community, because you're gonna get it. It's really neat. Not only the Wylie community, but Abilene Police Department, Fire, Taylor County Sheriff's Office, all supporting us, getting behind us in this. VFW, motorcycles. So, like I said, lions, tigers, and bears too, I guess. But no, again, that's what's going on at Wylie East Intermediate. So if y'all have any questions. Thank y'all very much.
Awesome,
Thanks,
thank
Mr.
you.
Bacon.
Are you the goose?
I'm volunteering
Be careful what you ask for.
to help.
Ostrich.
It'll be like 8 feet tall with that goose hat on.
I've been known to have some pretty good costumes. Let me see. That reflects.
All right, bond project.
Bonds update. So at the high school, got quite a few things working right now, of course, with the ag building, hitting into the home stretch next few months. The band hall groundworks, being done. We also have, the bullpens at the baseball and softball fields that are being, remodeled. Where we've got on order the baseball and softball scoreboards. They do most of that work at the factory, but then it's about a 2-week turnaround once they get here. So they're very confident that that's going to happen. The elementary, if you had a chance to drive by, it is really taking shape, and a lot of they're getting a lot of the sheetrock completed on the interior. The tennis building parking lot, most of the base was down. I saw a few more loads drop today in the north and east corner of that, so they're very close to having all the base down. The West Junior High track, Mr. Eminent checked today, and he said they are being, they're gonna complete it by Friday. And they're making good progress on that top surface. And the East Intermediate, they're gonna be working on mobilizing. I don't think they've had anybody show up yet, have they? Jenna, do you?
No, but the plan is complete and permits halfway done. They're waiting on a couple documents, but I think we're real close to being able to get the permit, and the contractors are doing submittals and getting ready to mow. So they're gonna hit the ground running, but we're already reviewing submittals with CADCO so that we can really get going quickly on that.
Yeah. Okay, so, and then the last thing, we are working with Hibbs and Todd. Hibbs and Todd's doing several things with paving projects for us. You know, they did the work on the Tech dot improvement by the new elementary. We are looking at some projects. The West Elementary, we're looking at the parking lot that's the base parking lot out in front of the school, also on the north side of the school. In addition to that, West Intermediate, we're looking, Mr. Boone had a chance to look at the plans for that, what that would look like next year. He's gonna have grades 3, 4, and 5, and we're looking at having 3 separate areas for those kids to be picked up, and improving the queue lines with that, so maybe we can get folks off the road, and both on Beltway and Hardwick as well. The early childhood, we're looking at this parking lot on the east side of the cafeteria. And then at the high school, what we're looking at is soon as we can, they're gonna start a temporary road where you leave the parking lot right by the north and west corner of the football stadium, that drive that goes up by the old tennis building. That the new dressing room area is actually going to be on top of where that road is right now. So we're taking the road and gonna move it to the east a little bit, and so when we have that done, we want to go ahead and pave the area around the doghouse, so it'll be just a little bit further east than the current road, and then we'll pave everything from there to the east, which includes the visitor parking lot and then the bus barn area. And we're looking at potential expansion there as well, and we'll kind of make that all one big project. And Hibbs and Todd is working on the grading plans on that. We had a pretty lengthy meeting this afternoon, and they think our goal is to try to get some of that paving done early, but so much of what we have, we're utilizing it right now. So it's difficult to get started on that early. Of course, y'all know what that means. Summer is a compressed time frame, and it is a real challenge. And so they're looking at some ways to solve some of those timing issues as well.
Awesome.
Fred?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. We are ready to move into executive session.
Executive session. Thank
Thank
y'all for
y'all.
coming.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Thank y'all.
you.
Ben,
Have a happy
thank
Thanksgiving. We
you
won't
for
see you.
coming. Hope we weren't too much fun. Jenna, thanks for coming.
Thanks, Jenna.